Boxing Truth here, back with another video. It's been about over a week, so let's get back into it with some boxing talk. Let's talk about a proposed fight that actually could happen. Actually has a good chance of going down because most likely a Fury Joshua fight is not going to happen with all the marbles. It's not going to happen with every single title belt on the line. There are overdue mandatories in place. A lot of pressure on the organizations to get these mandatories out the way. And luckily for Fury, he doesn't have to deal with a proposed Dylan White mandatory ever since he got chinned by a 40-year-old Povetkin. They're going to try to rush the rematch. We'll see what happens with that situation. But, yeah, man, it's a hell of a fight between Daniel Dubois and Alexander Usyk that could actually go down sometime next year, because most likely Joshua is going to have to vacate one of the belts in order to get the big fight with Fury to happen. And that's fine. Who gives a shit about Undisputed? We all know who the real champ is between those. It has to be between those two guys. They have to settle it out. Settle the matters in the ring. And of course, the Dubois-Usyk winner, if that's the situation that occurs, will be considered not only a world champion, but really the #1 contender for the winner of Joshua Fury. That's what could go down. It's a very good chance that it's going to happen. Because why would Joshua risk a Fury fight by fighting Alexander Usyk? He's already risking it by fighting Pulev, but Pulev's almost 40 years old. He's been chinned before, and he has a favorable style to Joshua. Usyk does not, even though he'll be considered an underdog in a potential Joshua fight. But it's a very risky fight to take, considering all the money that could be made with the Fury fight on the horizon. So, they're going to be smart about this. They're going to, dump that WO strap and let the two top contenders vie for that title, which is Usyk and now Daniel Dubois. And man, Frank Warren has absolute confidence in this young kid, even though he's really fought not even a serious contender in the heavyweight division. He's fought some gatekeepers. He's fought some undefeated guys, some prospects, and he's done the job. He's passed with flying colors. Now, there's guys can't even go more than a handful, more than 2-3 rounds with this guy. Very strong, very good technique, very good boxer. I was impressed when he destroyed Razvan Kanu. I mean, Parker went the distance with him in a shitty fight. Ortiz couldn't put him away as quick. Efe Ajaba only was able to stop him late. He wasn't impressive. So he's like the perfect gatekeeper for up-and-coming heavyweights. And look what Daniel Dubois did with him. I was sold in that performance when he just spashed that dude within 2 rounds. Kevin Johnson going the distance, he's a stinker. That's not really, that guy survives. Doesn't really fight anymore. But Usyk Dubois is a very intriguing fight. Usyk will be favored, but you have to question if their team is really, really keen, because they want to fight Joshua. They want to fight the winner of Joshua Fury. They want a big, high-profile fight. Even though it's a big fight, it's a very dangerous fight for Alexander Usyk. I know some people will say, he's too seasoned for Danny Dubois. He'll box circles around him. But this is Dubois' division, man. He's been campaigning at heavyweight since he turned pro. He's a big boy. Usyk, he's had to grow into the weight. He's not the most natural heavyweight out there, maybe the most athletically gifted. But we still need to see how he can do in a 12-round heavyweight fight. I know what he can do in the World boxing, in the world of boxing series. I seen him in with Joy Joyce. I know what he can do in a 5-round heavyweight type fight. But this is 12 rounds. This is the pro. This is the pro game, and that's a dangerous fight for Usyk, man. If I was, if I was in his team, I'd be concerned about fighting a young, fresh, hungry heavyweight that's living, breathing, eating, sleeping boxing. I mean, that's a dangerous fight. But what a hell of a fight it would be, man. Dubois will be tested. He'll be in there with a, world-class operator with elite boxing skills. And Usyk will be in there with a young, hungry, fresh, strong heavyweight that's destroying everybody. I think it's a hell of a fight. Pretty close to 50-50. I don't think it's a walk in the park for Usyk at all because he's much older and he'll be fighting a much younger, fresher heavyweight who is looking to make a statement in the division. It's an excellent fight, man. If it's going to go down, I mean, there's no ducking, there's no dodging because they're right in line within the WBO. So if that WBO title becomes vacant, there's really no turning back. You can't, put yourself out of the fight without, being shamed. Because if you pull out of a mandatory fight, title fight, you will be perceived as a ducker. So I don't see Usyk ducking a young, fresh Daniel Dubois. I don't see Daniel Dubois ducking a Usyk who's not really had much of a campaign at heavyweight. He'll be fighting really a undisputed cruiserweight champion who's only had one fight in the heavyweight division. That's a very interesting fight, and Frank Warren ain't scared, man. He's willing to risk his young heavyweight against a seasoned world-class operator in Alexander Usyk. Usyk will be favored, but Daniel Dubois is a very dangerous fight for Usyk. I'm sure their team would much rather fight Joshua, but Joshua is going to have other plans, and if he's smart, he'll vacate the title and worry about the winner of that fight later. But that's a great test for both guys. We'll see how dangerous Usyk really is in the heavyweight division. Could he really get the attention of one of the big boys? I mean, not only can we know he could outbox some, a lot of them, but can he hurt some of these big boys? And can Daniel Dubois, is he experienced enough? Does he have enough boxing skills to compete with the fleet-footedness and southpaw style of Alexander Usyk? That's a fight I'll be much looking forward to because it has a really good chance of happening. That title most likely is going to become vacant. And Dubois Usyk is a hell of a fight, man. Having trouble picking a winner. I think anything could happen. Usyk could outbox him. Dubois might be just too young, too fresh, too strong. And might even just, might catch Usyk and stop him within, 5 to 8 rounds. Anything could happen in that fight. I know Usyk would much rather fight Joshua, that's for sure. But if he has to fight Daniel Dubois to get his shot at the title, then that's what he's going to do. But that's not the scenario Usyk's team would like. They'd much rather fight Joshua or Fury or one of the bigger names besides an up-and-coming guy who's young, hungry, strong, and is looking to do damage in the heavyweight division. Frank Warren fancies Dubois' chances. He's willing to risk Daniel Dubois against Alexander Usyk. That shows you the confidence he has in Daniel Dubois and the potential Daniel Dubois really has in his division. Hopefully he gets his chance to prove it against one of these top elite names. And Usyk's a big name in the heavyweight division. Man, what a fight, man. I hope that shit happens. Usyk Dubois will have me shadowboxing for sure. A great contrast of styles. Who would win? To me, it's 50-50. Anybody could win this fight. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.